What's up, guys? Music City Driver, otherwise known as Chris, coming at you from Nashville, Tennessee, doing a live broadcast. I've been trying to record something all day, and it's just been annoying me. My camera on my phone does this crazy, weird lag thing, and the video and the audio unsync when it happens, and it just looks like crap, and I just get tired of it. And then the DU recorder that records your screen was messing up on me too, so I'm just done. Until I get a GoPro, I'm probably just going to do some live streams and maybe try to use that DU recorder occasionally. So, 2 people watching. Thank you guys for watching last night, the ones that did. I did a couple live streams last night because I was out way later than I expected to be, and I wanted to do I was looking for a camera, actually, a cheap camera, but I couldn't find one. So, I love you too, buddy. It's my son there. You got doing your horse? Anyway, so I'm actually headed to the office for a couple of hours because I've had this massive headache and I don't know what's the deal. Maybe a new medication I'm taking now, but anyway, I did some live streams last night, and I ended up at about 12 o'clock getting a ride on Division Street in downtown Nashville that ended up going to, it was a Lyft request, going to Murfreesboro. The guy was really nice, ended up being a $30 plus ride, $30.29 or something like that, and he gave me a $5 tip on top of that, which I was really, very appreciative of, because he was a student and he didn't have to do that, and I do appreciate it. So, decent night overall. I finished up with 10 rides. I had 9 rides after that one to Murfreesboro, and it really kind of annoyed me, frustrated me, because that ride at 12:13 that took me like 45 minutes meant I was all the way down in Murfreesboro, when the end of bar surge hit, which I was going to try to do to get more than 10 rides, but just wasn't in the cards last night. Sometimes it happens. But I got my minimum of 10 that I needed to get. So that puts me at 44 rides for the week, which means I have 21 more to go before Monday morning. I think it's easily doable. I've been putting in 4 or 5 hours and maybe 6 hours and getting 10 rides. So should easily be doable if I start a little bit here. There's actually I just got an email from Lyft promising some bonuses for doing like 25 rides, 40 rides, all that, getting some extra money, like $100 and stuff like that. I don't know if that will count against that guarantee that I've signed up for, the weekly guarantee, or whether it would just be on top. I can't envision it being on top, because that's just too much money for them to pay out. So anyway, so another adventurous thing that happened before the trip to Murfreesboro was I was driving on 2nd Avenue. I was an Uber XL ride, and I had some guys in the car taking them to Honky Tonk Central. And so I picked them up, took them over to Honky Tonk, was on the way to take them over to Honky Tonk Central, and I got pulled over by a police officer. When I was driving on 2nd, I was actually going pretty slow, slower than normal, because they had just pulled over a pickup truck, and there was 2 cops behind him. I don't know what he did, but so I went past, and they pulled me over, and I'm like, why did they pull me over? And the passengers were clueless too. It was like I was not speeding, I was not swerving, I was not driving crazy, my lights were on and all this stuff. Well, it turns out my passenger side headlight had burnt out from the time I picked up the guys at the Airbnb. From then until downtown, somehow my lights went out, or my headlight went out on my passenger side only. It was only the low beam, I think, that went out. So I got a little receipt, vehicle stop receipt. It's not a citation, and it was not an arrest, obviously. Basically, it just tells them that, their goal and mission is to everybody enjoys a safe and peaceful Nashville, and that this is just a receipt acknowledging that I interacted with an officer, and that did not result in a citation or arrest. And it gives the officers information, the time of day that it was done, and the location, which was 2nd Avenue South and Lee Avenue, right there by the interstate on 2nd Avenue South. So that kind of delayed us a little bit, but the guys were cool about it. They were just like, oh crap, man, I hope you don't get a ticket, you know, all this stuff. It's like, that's BS, it's just a headlight, you know, and all this stuff. But luckily, the officer was really nice, and I thank the Nashville police officers for doing a good job. Absolutely. I've never felt threatened or anything like that with a police officer. I was just like, God, I hope he doesn't give me a ticket, because I really don't need to pay a ticket. But anyway, so on the way into town today, I stopped at AutoZone because I get a 10% discount with the Uber thing, and they also had a promotion going on. If I buy 2 of the Xenon headlamps, then I get a $15 AutoZone gift card. So that's cool. So I'm going to fill that rebate out. I went ahead and replaced both because I'm not honestly sure what brand the other one was, so I didn't want them to like be mismatched or whatever, because I'm kind of ticky about that kind of stuff. But so I went ahead and replaced those. I went ahead and got some wiper blades for both sides of the front, passenger and driver. I got 26-inch wiper blade on the driver's side and a 20-inch on the passenger side, and then I got a 12-inch one on the back for the back window, which I replaced as well because that one was about to fall apart. The rubber was coming off of it and stuff. Also replaced all my washer fluid and put some fuel injector cleaner in right before I filled up, so it's properly mixed and cleaning my injectors for me. So anyway, guys, that was that. And then after I dropped off the Murfreesboro fellow from Losers down in Murfreesboro, I figured I'd drive around a little bit in Murfreesboro, see if I could get that one last ride. It did indeed happen at 1:03. I think it was 1:03 a.m., something like that. I get a ping, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's over where I used to know that there were some bars, which is where I was while I was driving towards that area. It's right off the town square of Murfreesboro. There's some little bars that are open, and I pull up. It's Wall Street Bar, Wall Street Pub or something, and I noticed that there's no little stick figure indicating where the passenger is actually located, just the pin. And I'm thinking, I've had a couple of times where that happened, where somebody was out of town, was ordering a Lyft for somebody else. Thought maybe that might have been the case. I've also had times when, and this is what happened, when someone put in a pin for a location, and they weren't there, they were across town, and that's what happened here. So I pulled up to the pin, and I was sitting there waiting. I was about to call. I had like 2 minutes left on the Lyft timer before I could cancel, and then the ride canceled suddenly. So I'm like, crap. Well, there went my 10th ride. Oh well. But luckily I got a $5 cancellation fee from that because I made it to that bar in really good time, because there was absolutely no traffic at 1 o'clock in the morning around the square in Murfreesboro, which is kind of a little small college town. So I went there. I left there and was driving around the square, and like maybe 1 or 2 minutes later, I get basically a Lyft request from the same person, the same lady, and I'm like, what the hell? So I accept it because I got to keep my acceptance rating up, and apparently I was like the only driver in Murfreesboro that was active around that area, and it's like 2 miles away from the bar I was just at. So I was like, okay, well, that must have been what happened, because I didn't zoom out that far, because I was like, hell, I zoomed out like 4 or 5 blocks and nobody was there. So it was just like, okay. So I drive all the way up there, 2.1 miles away. It's at Gentleman Jim's, which is an older bar that's been there for a while in Murfreesboro. And lo and behold, there are my passengers. There's 4 of them, and I take them out. They were pretty funny and boisterous. Nobody mentioned anything about the canceled ride. I didn't mention anything, and they didn't mention anything. I figured it's not worth it. It probably would have ended up in a bad rating for me, because they would have attributed me to the $5 that they got charged. So I just kind of just left it alone. They didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. It was just like I don't know if they realized that I was the same driver or not, or if they were just too drunk to care. But either way, they didn't give me a tip. It was like a really small ride. It was like $3.60 or something. It was just like 2 miles across town, the ride. So they inadvertently gave me a $5 tip, I guess, in the form of a cancellation fee. So I guess that's okay. So that was my 10th ride. Finished that 10th ride out. By that time, a little frustrated because I keep looking at the Lyft and Uber apps and zooming up to Nashville and showing it's prime timing and surging like crazy, and I'm just a little annoyed that I got pulled all the way out to Murfreesboro at midnight and didn't get any of those rides. So I'm hoping I can make the rest of the 21 rides between tonight and tomorrow to finish out the guarantee, and hopefully I don't exceed the guarantee in the process. And once I hit that 65 ride mark, I'm going to run both apps instead of running mostly Lyft exclusively. I ran both apps at some points last night just because I would have been stupid not to, because I was not getting any pings on Lyft. So I figured I'll open it up. I did Excel and select only basically. So my acceptance rating on Uber is atrocious right now, but I don't run X unless it's surging. So that would be why, probably, because that's the only time I do it at a 2.0 or higher. Actually, I kind of go like 2.1 or higher usually, but that way it's sort of equivalent to an XL ride, so or select ride. So anyway, it's a beautiful day here in Nashville. Stopped by, got the car washed, detailed it myself. It looks really nice inside. And I'm getting ready to go out for the night. Not right now, but maybe in a couple hours. Like I said, there's a little thing with Lyft offering some bonuses for extra rides, so we'll see how that goes. I need to read up a little bit on it. I probably will do that before I start driving. I went ahead and signed up for it. Maybe that was a mistake, but I'm going to see if it counts towards the guarantee. So if it'll knock me out of the guarantee, get any free money or not. I don't think it will, but hopefully. I mean, it seems like it doesn't seem like they would just give you some free money like that. I mean, it's like 25 rides. I think you get $100 or something. It's pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good incentives there. So I will take a look at it and see. Uber, the only thing they really got going on is just some boosts, which I don't really care much about boost, honestly. It's kind of annoying. I actually prefer to get organic surges, you know what I mean? Just kind of time my location and position to times when it's going to surge, and end up picking the rides I want out of the surge level. With Lyft, I've been accepting all of them regardless of the prime time. I haven't really gotten any plus rides. I don't know what the deal is with that. I only got one tip yesterday out of 10 Lyft rides. It was that guy I ran to Murfreesboro. So, kind of interesting. The guarantee, it is going decently. I ended up with 10 rides yesterday, which was my goal. Thank you for joining, Adam. 10 rides was my goal. Finished with 10. I just told the story a little bit ago. I had a couple of live streams, but I got basically drawn all the way out. I got a ride in Nashville on Division Street and ended up going 37 miles away to Murfreesboro to drop somebody off, and it kind of blew me out of the end of the bar surge, because I ended up like 37 miles southeast of Nashville at the end of the night. But it ended up giving me my 10th ride, because I got a little ride later on in Murfreesboro, and I completed my 10. So I have 44 rides now since Monday. I have 21 left to go, and that will be the guarantees. The guarantee, actually, I think I'm at $500 and something out of 895. So unless those 21 rides, unless those next 21 rides are really, really lucrative, there's a possibility I could get some bonus. So I will be happy if I do that. If not, if I exceed that, then actually that's not bad, really. I mean, if I exceed that, then hey, I exceeded it. I just won't be getting any free money necessarily. I did get a couple of bonuses from I mean, this is the first time it's the first time, number one, I've been offered a guarantee, and it's the first time I've ever done any kind of guarantee. It may be a scam. I mean, like I said, I got 45. My goal was to do 10 rides a day. I perhaps should have been a little bit more ambitious, but I got like 10 rides Monday, 11 rides Tuesday, 13 rides on Wednesday, and then I ended up getting 10 rides last night. I think that adds up to 44. Anyway, I know I've got 44 rides. So I've just got 21 left to make, and I actually have until Monday morning, but I'm trying to get it finished as quickly as I can, because if I hit that 65, then I can actually switch over to doing more Uber as well and make more money that way. Because obviously the Uber earnings don't have anything to do with the Lyft guarantees, so that's a win-win for me. I just get money for Uber, and then I can get, if I get guarantees, then we're good. What's up, Dano? I was just talking about some crazy stuff that happened. Well, not crazy, but weird stuff that happened last night, like with the lady that was at the bar that wasn't at that bar, and then I got a cancellation fee. So she had inadvertently tipped me $5, so with a cancellation fee. But nobody ever mentioned that happened, really. So I didn't mention it. She didn't mention it. It was all good. Got a $5 cancellation fee out of it. I'm kind of curious to see what my feedback is like today. And I don't think I've gotten the weekly feedback summary yet. I have noticed that the more I have been driving, the more my Lyft has been taking a little bit of a hit on the ratings. I don't understand why. I mean, it's not like I have a bad rating. I still got a 4.95, which shows up as 5 stars. Yep, it is hard to get a cancellation fee on Lyft, but I got one last night, and I didn't even mean to. So I kind of told the story. I'll kind of go over it again real quick. I went to a little bar in Murfreesboro, which is a town 37 miles southeast of Nashville, because I was dropping off a guy from Division Street, and in the process, I dropped him off, got another ping. I was like, hey, I got my 10th ride. Awesome. So I went by this little bar on the square, town square in Murfreesboro, and I was sitting there, and I noticed that the little stick figure was not there that shows where the Lyft passenger is located, as opposed to where the pin is located, and they weren't there. I zoomed out a little bit, still didn't see them. I thought maybe somebody in another city is requesting a Lyft for somebody, and they're just not right there. So I sit there, and the timer's counting down, and it gets down to about 2 minutes, and the ride suddenly cancels. So it canceled. It showed up $5. Hundreds in one zone, impossible to get. Yeah, 2 rides in the hours. Just do my regular routine. Yeah, my regular routine is usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, but I decided I'd go for it, and this is kind of an experiment for me, and hopefully it'll help some people out if I can show my results at the end of this. But the $5 cancellation fee, I got it. Ended up, she was 2.1 miles away from the bar that she put the pin, so she must go to the other bar quite often. Ended up being at Gentleman Jim's, which is 2 miles away from the town square, and nobody ever mentioned anything about the ride being canceled, because apparently I was one of the only Lyft drivers out in Murfreesboro at that time of night. So I think their fall break hasn't quite started yet. So that was interesting. So they inadvertently gave me a $5 tip, I guess. It'd be interesting if I still get a tip. They may not have made the connection that I was the only driver out, which would be really funny, actually. Because nobody said anything. Nobody said, oh yeah, sorry about the cancellation or anything like that. They just got in like it was nothing. Pretty funny, actually. So I just didn't say anything either. I just went on with the ride, asked them how their night was, how it's going, stuff like that, and it was good to go. So anyway, like I said, it was a really small fare, like $3 and some change, but the $5 cancellation fee made it $8. And I don't know if cancellation fees, honestly, that's an interesting question. I didn't look. I need to go over this fine print exceptionally well in this guaranteed this weekly guarantee thing, to see if like cancellation fees count. I know tips count, I know prime time counts, but I don't know about cancellation fees. I don't know if that counts towards your earnings or not for the week, because you're technically not earning anything. You're just being paid for being inconvenienced, I guess. So anyway, guys, I am going to start very shortly what I hope to be a lucrative weekend. I hope you guys all do well. It is a gorgeous day here in Nashville. It is like 70-something degrees and totally sunny. There's not a cloud in the sky. should be good for rides. There's a Titans game Monday against the Indianapolis Colts, and people may start coming in town early for that. And Chris Stapleton's playing the Bridgestone Arena 2 nights in a row, tonight and tomorrow night. Lots of other little events going around town, as always. So that's the thing about Nashville. There's always something going on, and probably like most big cities, there's always something going on. So I don't have to worry about there being a time when there's not an event going on. So it's very helpful. So I love driving. It really, I'm one of those drivers that can get in the car with the family on a road trip, and I can drive for 10 or 12 hours without a break. I'm just kind of one of those people. So I can kind of do that. Sorry. But I just basically just keep going. I don't know. I actually enjoy the interaction with the people, and I just enjoy driving. I enjoy being out at night and just seeing all the nightlife, just like people watching and stuff. It's really interesting, actually. Being an anthropologist, that's kind of something I do, is I study people, so it's really kind of an interesting case studies, I guess you could say. But yeah, I do love to drive. 6 hours, 6 hours is a pretty decent time. I don't know, I just have this ability to drive for a long distance. Maybe it's some kind of a talent or something. Maybe I should have been a truck driver or something, I don't know, but a long haul truck driver or something. But I love doing it. I love the interaction. If I didn't love doing it, I probably wouldn't do it. But this is honestly the best gig ever to me, is that you get to drive people around, you get to see the town, you get to learn your town. I've learned so much about Nashville, about navigating around, that it's kind of, sorry, I'm getting a parking thing. It's actually pretty cool. I mean, I've gotten to know a lot of ins and outs, like back streets and cut throughs and shortcuts to get places, and I know just about where every bar is now. You just absorb so much knowledge about your own city that I think it's actually really a pretty good benefit. Actually, I would actually recommend everybody be an Uber driver for a little while, just to learn your city. If you move to a new city, I mean, hell, there's no better way to do it, because you're supported by GPS and all that. I might lose you guys. I'm going in a parking garage, so I might lose my signal. So I'm about to get off here anyway. This video's gone really long. It's like almost 23 minutes now. So guys, if you're out there getting those guarantees, get them and report back. Report back and let me know what your experience is with guaranteed weeks, or the weekly guarantee deal. Did you make it? If you did you get any bonus money after they took their fees and all that? Let me know. With that, I'm going to bid you adieu, and you guys be safe out there. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you would. I really appreciate it. I really don't make any money off of these videos yet. I have not reached enough of a following to actually make a lot of money off of videos. I haven't made any money off the videos, in fact. I just like doing them to kind of provide some experiences, provide some perspective for other people, give some advice if I can, when I can. But if you would like to sign up for Lyft, please look in the descriptions down below. Please sign up for it if you would. It's actually, Lyft is really the only one I'm pushing right now, because Uber's guarantees, talk about a scam. That's a scam. The Uber guarantee thing, where you sign up, the referral guarantee, that's horrible in my opinion. It's really just crappy. But Lyft's, you at least get something. If you take 3 rides, you're getting over $16, because it's $5.33 a ride for the person who signs up and for the person whose code you use. So it's up to $400 now here in Nashville. So you can get up to $400 on 75 rides in 30 days, I think, which is very easily. Hell, I'm at 44 rides in 4 days. So you can easily make 75 rides in 30 days. So that's not really an unattainable number. So $5.33 a ride for 75 rides, and you get that bonus paid extra every time you make a ride. That's pretty good. So, I mean, I think it's good. Some people may not. But anyway, and also if you drive for both platforms, check out Mystro. 30-day free trial. No obligation. I'm not pushing it just because I've only gotten $5 on referrals. Okay, I haven't really gotten a whole lot of referral money or anything. It's not like I'm rolling in the dough because I'm recommending Mystro. But Mystro is helpful to me doing Uber and Lyft. And I will go ahead and be completely honest on this. I don't use Mystro at certain times. I will at certain times, if it is like a really crazy surge downtown on both Lyft and Uber, I will turn Mystro off, and then I will just go separately on Lyft and Uber. And if I get and if like traffic is super bad, it's going to take me a while to get there. If I've already accepted a decent surge on Lyft or Uber, I will go ahead, and mostly on Uber. To be honest, I will wait to see if there's another Lyft that might be nearby. I mean, you could end up getting a Lyft that's a higher surge, or a Lyft Plus that's a higher prime time than the Uber surge, and they may be right beside you, because I've had that happen before. I've had trying to get to an Uber customer that's like 2 blocks away, and it's bumper to bumper traffic, and it's taking you 10 minutes to get there, and then suddenly a Lyft Plus pops up that's like a 250% prime time or something, and like it's like 5 feet away from you. And you're like, hey, right there. And then then you can actually, I mean, I don't advocate canceling a lot because they can deactivate you if you cancel a lot. I don't feel like they're doing it a lot now, but because my cancellation rate got pretty high recently because I haven't been driving much Uber. So there was times I had to cancel when I was like going the completely opposite direction on the interstate, and I didn't feel like turning all the way back around and going back, and I just like canceled. So, but that's the only time I advocate not using Mystro, is if there's a huge surge or stuck in traffic, and just run both apps manually at that point. That's what I do, because you're not driving down the road that much. You're just kind of sitting in traffic waiting to inch forward. So might as well take advantage of that situation. All right, guys. Well, I am going to go in the office now for a little bit, and then I'm going to get out and drive. Totally wasted day, I feel like. I just had a massive headache. I was tired. I had a lot of stuff to do to get the car running again. Not running, but get it, the headlight replaced and all that stuff. It wasn't a big job, obviously, but still was just kind of annoying. But I am going to get off of here. I hope you guys have a great and lucrative weekend. If you're out driving, please be safe. If you don't have a dash cam yet, I do recommend getting one. I don't have one backwards facing yet. The one that I have is forward facing, and it records audio. So it actually can capture something. If something's going weird audio wise, it will capture a conversation very easily. So I can just hit the button to lock. It loops otherwise, but you can actually set it. You can hit a button and it will lock that file, and then you got the audio at least. And if things start getting really crazy, you can, I guess, turn it around. I've been thinking about getting another one. It just seems kind of creepy to me. But anyway. All right, guys. Have a good weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe if you enjoy my channel. If you enjoy any of the tips that I give. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Be safe. I'm probably going to have some updates throughout the weekend. Maybe some live streams on the road. See you guys later.